All right, so we're back on.
Mm-hmm.
We're back on. There's a dog also. For everyone who did not see the dog, it exists. It's just low, and you can't see it. That's your fault.
What is vibrating?
My camera is fantastic. Get up the focus. Alright. So, we had just finished analyzing line 2, I think? No.
Well, yeah, 2, because we were getting to 3.
Right. So we had finished analyzing line 2, getting to 3 when we pointed out the use of the word ass.
Mm-hmm.
And you said that it had been used differently than the previous times that it had been used.
Yeah. Yep. 4. Spider-Man's ass was like a possessive.
Right. Right.
This time, the ass is referring to all of Spider-Man.
Correct.
It's descriptive.
Mm-hmm.
It is describing Spider-Man.
This ass, as opposed to being Spider-Man's ass, it is that he is an ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
A sneaky ass.
Sneaky ass.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. This is an adjective.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Adjective.
Yep.
So I'll reread this sentence for those of you who do not remember, as you can see, we did some stuff.
Yeah.
But we're back now. Suddenly, I opened the bedroom door on Spider-Man's sneaky ass dog up the stairs. Okay. Suddenly, I opened the door on Spider-Man's sneaky ass. Sneaky here being an adjective modifying the word ass. Spider-Man's sneaky ass.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, while still Spider-Man's ass, is also all of Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep.
Suddenly is an important part of the sentence, but we don't really need it for the actual sentence. It would be, I opened the door. That's the sentence. I opened the door. And I feel like that's important because I being...
Wesley Willis, of course.
There you go. I being Wesley Willis opened the door. This is vital because Wesley Willis is for the first time starting the sentence with him, making him the main point of the sentence.
Mm-hmm.
He is for the first time present within the song, as opposed to I whipped Spider-Man's ass. It is the only line so far that we have seen him actually exist within the song.
Yeah. He's taking action.
Spider-Man is completely here a modifier, which I feel like really exemplifies the fact that he wrapped his arms around his girlfriend previously to this.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, this is in the present tense, which is also intriguing. This is also in the present tense. Past, present, and then we move on to line 4 here. I'll read it out loud. I caught him kissing my girlfriend and beat him to a pulp with a rubber hose.
Now, before we were under the pretense that Wesley Willis had punched Spider-Man.
Right, we said whooped
Yes.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Here
we have an action. We have a definite event. Wesley Willis took a rubber hose, a gardening hose perhaps maybe, and used that to beat Spider-Man.
to a pulp even.
To a pulp. Like, this is saying that Spider-Man needed immediate medical attention after this.
Like, Wesley Willis did not only walk in, open the bedroom door, I apologize, my mistake. He opened the door to his safe place, to his emotional zone. He caught him kissing his girlfriend.
Yep.
Wesley Willis's girlfriend.
Yep.
And beat him. That is almost... I feel like if this were poetry, that would be onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
It's almost like a... Like, there are
It's not so much
stronger...
a word.
There are like stronger words than beat. but beat is like a blunt word. Like, use it like, I beat you.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley Willis beat Spider-Man to a pulp with a rubber hose.
Yes, he did.
Which is to say that he whipped him with a rubber hose.
Yeah. Whooped him, maybe even.
I also feel like this is fairly important because we have past, present, past. Once again, he caught. This is post-beating. So every sentence so far that has existed has been post-beating. Every sentence with beating has been post-beating.
I believe this ties into my multi-timeline theory that this is affecting multiple Spider-Men.
Okay, so you're saying that due to the fact that all of the sentences where he beat him, this proves that in every timeline, our Wesley Willis in our present timeline has in some way beat the Spider-Mans of every timeline. The Spider-Men, you said earlier.
Yep.
I feel like this is important, and I really want to take interest in the use of these tenses here and see how this continues throughout the song. Okay, do you feel like we're good with this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will erase it. You will play the next section there.
Preparing the song here.
Okay.
Spider-Man's ass. I would Spider-Man's ass. I would Spider-Man's ass.
Is this the instrumental section?
Yes.
We should speak while this happens.
Yes.
I feel as though the instrumental section is a break for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say the same?
Most certainly.
To pull themselves together after listening to an intense set of lyrics by Wesley Willis here. He really tears it up in this song.
Yeah.
Which allows us to have a break just right here. And as we said earlier, slight breaks once he was accepted that he beat Spider-Man's ass, whooped Spider-Man's ass. I apologize.
Yeah.
In all of the choruses. So that is definitely a key factor of this song.
Oh yes, most certainly. Yeah, I believe we are returning.
Spider-Man beat the hell out of me. He whirled me and knocked me to the floor. I tore out of his world and threw him against the radiator. Spider-Man was being such a stupid jerk.
Okay.
All right, so it appears Spider-Man at some point has gained the upper hand. Spider-Man beat the hell out of me.
Spider-Man beat the hell out of me?
Yep, that is the first line.
Okay.
Line 2. He whirled me and knocked me to the floor.
Whirled me. Okay. I like this use because Wesley Willis whipped Spider-Man, but Spider-Man whirled me and knocked me to the floor.
Third line. When you are ready. I tore out of his whirl and threw him against the radiator. And the fourth and final line. Spider-Man was being such a stupid jerk.
I feel like that line's really powerful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Shows a little bit of Wesley's human side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we go back to the first line here. Spider-Man beat the hell out of me. Once again, we have a past tense. Spider-Man beating the hell out of me, being Wesley Willis.
Mm-hmm.
This shows that Spider-Man is not incompetent as a fighter. He is a strong man, capable of being a match for Wesley, which says a lot because Wesley broke the sound barrier earlier, in case you forgot.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Is this my water or your water?
That's my water. I feel like yours was around here. Maybe. Actually, how full is this? How full is it?
Half full?
Half full?
Yeah.
Where's the other one? Where's the other water at? Sorry about this, guys. Didn't mean to cause a problem there.
How do I do this?
We're not very good at keeping track of anything. Oh.
Ah, excellent.
Is this yours?
Yep.
Have you drank a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Alright. So we have Spider-Man beating the hell out of Wesley. Really, this sentence is actually just Spider-Man beat
Yeah.
the hell out of me isn't actually needed. The hell out of me is a phrase. We say the hell out of to exaggerate something. Wesley is exaggerating how much Spider-Man beat him.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's I would argue he is trying to allow the audience to empathize with him, trying to explain that Spider-Man would beat the hell out of them. And even though Wesley, maybe he didn't get the hell beaten out of him, he's trying to allow us to step in his shoes just for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's kind, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. We've line 2. He whirled me and knocked me to the floor.
Yeah, so I imagine this maneuver was a bit kind of like I'm not the most well versed on wrestling moves, but I believe when you charge at your opponent and you hook the neck with your arm, I believe it's called a lariat.
Allow me to hang on. Do that one more time.
Yeah. When you charge at your opponent like this and tackle them to the ground using your arm,
And I would be
yes, you would be knocked back. I believe that is referred to as a lariat.
okay.
I believe that's the kind of maneuver. However, if I could borrow you again for the demonstration, I believe that Spider-Man began as a lariat, but then hooked his arm around, and then threw from his hips to throw Wesley Willis.
So as
ground.
opposed to me, like allow me, I would go like this.
Yeah.
As opposed to that, you grab on.
I grab
and
on.
I would go around.
Yeah, and I would throw
So-
you. Yes. Almost behind me.
Like there. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
He whirled me and knocked me to the floor. So you were correct in saying that I would land on the ground.
Yes.
Near the ground, at least. Now, this sentence, once again, I feel like we should break it down. He whirled me, pretty simple, and knocked me to the floor. Knocked me as well.
Yeah.
This is a compound sentence, as you can see. Now, I feel like this sentence isn't really the most important sentence. However, it does show Wesley's human side. As I was saying that I was writing down these, is that this set of lyrics here really shows that Wesley isn't all God. He's also part man, and I think that
He is fallible.
yeah,
He's fallible.
That's important because it really is. It lets us identify with him for a moment, even if we cannot be Wesley. We can feel him. We can feel him because he's not invincible. I feel like this is really says that well.
Mm-hmm.
I love his lyrics. Okay. I tore out of his world and threw him against the radiator. I think this is beautiful because we once again go back to Wesley being a physicist. I tore out of his whirl. This means that Wesley fully understands that Spider-Man's whirl, his circular motion, was not forcing Wesley out, but pulling him in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As this is a well-known physics fact, by the way. It is called centripetal force. Look it up. Wesley tore out of this. He said, "No, Spider-Man, I will not have it.
Yeah.
I will not allow you to treat me in any way that I find disrespectful."
Yep. Yep.
Tore out of his whirl and immediately punished him. I feel like this is very important.
He punished this world.
Threw him against the radiator. Because he didn't just say, "No, Spider-Man, that's stupid and I hate you." That's the next line. Immediately after he punishes him. This is his first priority, is to put him in his place.
Yes. Physically.
And he does. You know, he throws him against the radiator. It's really amazing. It's really amazing. Yeah, I feel like that's about it for this line. Maybe Spider-Man hitting the radiator is important because,
like I said, everything is there for a reason.
Right.
I mean, like you guys just said, the wall, the door, the window, but he chose the radiator.
Why did he say? You know what it was? We're in Wesley's apartment, as we just said. Previous set of lyrics was his bedroom. We're in Wesley's bedroom right now.
Yeah.
Where this fight is taking place. His girlfriend is there. She's just been violated by Spider-Man. She is fearful. She is in a state of angst, I would argue. And Wesley is saying, no, Spider-Man, you can't come into my bedroom. You can't come into my house with my girlfriend
Absolutely
and
not.
do this.
Absolutely not.
He throws him against the radiator, and the radiator is there.
The radiator
Is there, and it is there to show us that he needs this place. He needs this warmth, and he needs his home, I think. And Spider-Man is trying to take that from him, and he is... he is once again allowing us to identify with him. Even if we cannot become him, we can feel him. On a level that is human. And it is beautiful. Thank you, Wesley Willis. We move on to line 4. Oh my god. This is beauteous. Hang on. Just one moment. Let me make sure. We're still going. Okay. Spider-Man was being such a stupid jerk. Now, previous to this, every single line was in past tense. These lines were in past tense. We only had those 2 lines in current tense, and they were only the only 2 lines that were in current tense, and they were not about beating.
Yeah.
Now, this line is not about beating, and it is in past tense. Spider-Man was being such a stupid jerk. I believe this refers to your timelines.
Yeah. Wow. I'm not sure where to begin with this. So I guess actually to touch upon a little bit of Wesley Willis's incipient humanity.
Okay.
Spider-Man was being such a stupid jerk. That is not a thought out expression. That is not something. That is not an educated, or I guess one could say.
It's almost childlike.
Yeah, it's a childlike outburst, a tantrum. You know, Spider-Man was being a stupid jerk. You know,
right?
He at this point, Wesley Willis is, despite the confrontation, despite throwing Spider-Man against the radiator, Wesley Willis, he is at his lowest.
You're right.
Wesley Willis, he didn't want this to happen. He didn't want to have to come home and see Spider-Man wrapping his arms around his girlfriend, Wesley Willis' girlfriend, with his bedroom door closed.
Correct, because at the beginning, if you remember, Wesley allowed Spider-Man, a man of a lower stature, a lower class, to come into his life and experience his lovely girlfriend.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man took that for granted.
He did. He took advantage of it.
And here Wesley is looking back on himself and taking it out on Spider-Man.
Yeah. And he didn't want any of this to happen.
While Spider-Man deserves this, I don't feel like it's aimed at Spider-Man. I feel like it's aimed at Wesley.
Yeah.
And I feel like it really like pulls together the pathos appeal that is this set of lyrics here, this set of humanity that we have on this whiteboard. I feel like it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And I would even say that Spider-Man lost the confrontation as described by the lyrics in the song.
Correct.
But Spider-Man ultimately won the battle.
Is that what you think? You think that Spider-Man lost the confrontation but won the battle?
Yeah, because Spider-Man, being of a lower caste, was able to bring Wesley Willis
down.
Brought him to his level.
You're right. That's really elegant, I think, that you would analyze it in that way. Because I feel like you're right. I feel like you're correct. I feel like Wesley Willis, a man who was not brought down by anything, was really just taken aback by Spider-Man's willingness and ability to infiltrate his life and treat him horribly. And I feel like this really brought